Hey guys, we're out at Adrenaline Rush Motorsport in Panama City, Florida. Before we talk about anything, smash that subscribe button, that like, and hit that bell. Today we're going to be talking about general maintenance. To let you know the goods and the bads about your motorcycle, things you should be looking out, simple things that you might know or you don't know. Today we're working with a 2015 Yamaha FZ09. Okay guys, let's talk about the first thing that you should know about with owning your motorcycle. The first thing you should know is know how to check your oil and be able to look at the oil and see if it needs to be replaced. So on this unit right here, it has two indications to show you where the oil is low or whether it's high or it's actually where it needs to be. On this unit right here, it's actually a little overfilled, and if you look at the color of the oil, it's basically at its half lifespan with the color of it. Usually you want your oil, depending on what brand you go with, whether it be kind of a goldish color or some oils actually come red, or you get that bright, vibrant red color that you would get out of oil. And another thing as well, you always want to inspect that oil filter for road debris that might have smacked it, hit it, or damaged it, or punctured it in any way, and make sure there's no leaks coming out of your oil filter. And then sometimes as well, you want to make sure that it's not doubled O-ring. And what I mean by doubled O-ring, I mean that when you take your old filter off, that old O-ring on that old filter gets stuck to the engine block, and then you just not paying attention to what you're actually doing and screwing on that new oil filter where you have two O-rings back to back, which can cause a leak as well. Okay guys, another thing you need to know about checking your oil. As you can see, this motorcycle is up on a rear stand. Another thing that you should probably think about is if you need to check your motorcycle on the rear stand, you should invest in some spools and a rear stand, just like this. Something like that is probably about under $100. It's a very cheap cost, but it will help you in the long run. Some motorcycles you check on your kickstand. So depending on what motorcycle you have, like this one right here has a sight glass. With a sight glass, you want your bike in the upright position. With a dipstick, some of those dipsticks, you want it on the kickstand, and some of them you screw in to check, some of them you actually just drop in the hole and pull back out. Now we're going to talk about a little bit of preventative maintenance. So there's people out there that ride year round. You guys aren't the ones that I'm talking about. The ones we're talking about are the fair weather riders. The people that ride on the weekend, that have families, that can't be on their bike 24/7, but you do enjoy riding and you do want to be out there riding your bike, and you want to make sure it's ready for you when you're ready to get on it. Okay, so first things first, something as simple as removing your seat, getting to your battery. Okay, so getting to your battery, you need a battery maintainer if your bike is going to sit for a long period of time. Here in Adrenaline Rush, we always see it all the time. People come in, hey, I let my bike sit for a little while, battery's dead, I can't start it, it ruined my weekend, couldn't get to the store to get a battery. So we're going to fix that problem for you, and this is how you're going to fix it. You get a battery tender which hooks directly to the positive lead and the negative lead. It has an inline fuse to protect it from any bad feedback that's coming through that if it shorts out. You have this dongle right here that you plug into, that you plug the battery maintainer. For example, I've got a couple of these that I pulled off our shelf that we carry here at the store. So first things first, this is the battery tender. This is the brand that everybody's usually familiar with, they hear a lot about. Now this is the NOCO, that's also another good one. And just having this battery tender dongle here doesn't have to be used just for this purpose. This is actually a USB port that you can plug into here, that if you have any devices like a GPS or a cell phone or anything like that that you need to have that USB port to charge on those long trips, this could be the item that can help you. So come see us at Adrenaline Rush, pick up one of these items today. So on motorcycles, we all know there's only two tires on this thing. So if you lose one of them, your bike can get out of control really fast, you can get hurt, you can hurt somebody else, a passenger, anything could happen. So let's talk about some of the safety things you need to know about your tires. And when I'm talking about the safety, I'm talking about being able to notice when your tire needs to be replaced before you get to the point of wires or belts showing. Here at Adrenaline Rush, we have a lot of people that come in on a very unsafe tire before they even talk to us about getting a tire. Let's get it where you're safe before we even get to that part. So on these tires, they have wear indicators. on the front and the rear. We sell a variety of tires here at the shop for all your needs, all different types of riding, whether you're off-road, on-road, or you're just doing street riding, or you're drag racing. In this video, I'm going to show you where the wear indicators are on these tires. So the tire that we're talking about today, this is a Pirelli Diablo Rosso 4. Okay, and I'm going to show you where the wear indicators are located on this tire. So you got one located here, and you've also got one located right here, and also right here. When your tire gets to that point where you can touch that, it's time to replace it. Okay, the next thing we need to check on your motorcycle would be your brakes. Some motorcycles come with dual calipers in the front, some of them come with a single caliper. There's very many varieties out there of brake pads you can purchase. This is one of them. This is one that we carry in the store. These are the EBC brake pads. We have a lot of good luck with these. We seem really happy with them. They sell all different types of brake pads for all different types of riding, whether, like I said before, you're on the dirt, you're at the track, or you're just hitting the street. Alright guys, now we're going to talk about a little bit about chain maintenance. When you're looking at your chain, you should be able to see how much play is located in the chain. There should be about a 1/4 inch of play in your chain, and that's a good way to indicate that your chain is tight properly. Another thing as well, you should rotate your chain and check it. And as you can see, this chain gets a little bit tighter when you rotate it. So that's an indication of a dirty chain or a bad chain. What happens with these chains over time, they stretch, and they have rollers inside of them. And those rollers get damaged, and they end up causing this issue on your motorcycle. Sometimes it can be something as simple as cleaning your chain and lubricating it. So what we recommend you to do is to take your bike, clean the chain properly, take it for a ride, get the chain nice and warm, then spray the lubrication on it to cause it to stick. So you're not slinging that fresh lubrication all over your motorcycle. And another thing as well, when you adjust this, make sure you look into your service manual when you do it yourself, and you check the torque specs on that rear axle. Because the one thing you don't want is that axle nut to come off, and you end up losing control of your motorcycle and hurting yourself or anybody else. Okay, the next thing we're talking about is your front suspension, which is really important for control of the motorcycle. So, on your front forks, whenever you're cleaning them, you should actually use a microfiber cloth, because you don't want to have any scratches or scarring on the fork from any road debris, dirt, or grime that might be getting on there. Another thing as well, if you do see fluid coming out, usually you see it right here on this spot right here. And people think that, oh, it's my shocks, they're blown, I have to completely replace them. With these items, you don't have to. We can actually rebuild them. For example, this is actually a fork seal. This is actually located inside the fork, underneath this dust cover, which protects your fork seal. So come see us at Adrenaline Rush if you see any fluid coming out of that fork. Alright guys, with all the information I gave you today, hopefully you absorbed some of it. We're locally owned and operated here. Give us a call if you have any questions. We'll be more than happy to help you, whether you're here locally or you're across the country. To help us out and to help these videos keep getting posted, please like, subscribe, smash that bell. We really, really would appreciate your support. Thank you guys, and enjoy your day. Make sure you check out Adrenaline Rush Motorsport at 1901 West 15th Street, Panama City, Florida, or give us a call at 850-874-2185.